Hello, and welcome back. It's always grounding to connect with you here in our space for shared understanding. Today, we're going to gently address something very real for many as they navigate their later years. The worries, the anxieties, the what-ifs that can sometimes cloud the horizon. It's natural, as circumstances change and the future unfolds, for certain concerns to arise more frequently. Denying these worries doesn't make them disappear, but instead of letting them take root and steal our peace, the wisdom gathered over a lifetime offers powerful tools to face them directly, understand them, and navigate them with greater confidence and courage. Today isn't about amplifying fear. It's about acknowledging common concerns, often felt after 65 or 70. And exploring how experience and perspective can help us address them constructively, allowing us to face the future more fearlessly. Let's look at 5 common areas of worry, and the wisdom that helps us navigate them, starting with perhaps the most fundamental concern for many. Worry 1. Declining health and the fear of losing independence. This is arguably one of the most pervasive anxieties associated with aging. The fear of serious illness, diminishing physical abilities, chronic pain, cognitive decline, and the potential loss of independence that can accompany these changes is deeply felt by many. We see changes in our bodies, maybe experience health setbacks, or witness friends going through challenges, and it's natural to worry about what lies ahead for ourselves. Will I become a burden? Will I be able to manage? Will I lose the ability to do the things I love? Ignoring these fears isn't helpful. The wisdom lies not in pretending these challenges don't exist, but in facing them proactively and cultivating resilience. Focus on proactive well-being, as we've often discussed. Taking charge of the aspects of health we can influence. Consistent, gentle movement, nourishing food, good sleep, stress management, regular checkups is incredibly empowering. It shifts focus from fear of decline to positive action for maintaining vitality today. It's about controlling the controllables. Embrace adaptation. Wisdom teaches that life is constant adaptation. Instead of solely mourning lost abilities, focus shifts to adapting activities, finding new ways to do things, and discovering new sources of joy within current capabilities. This might involve using assistive devices not as symbols of defeat, but as tools for continued engagement. Redefine independence. True independence in later life might look different. It often involves the wisdom and courage to accept help gracefully when needed. Recognizing interdependence as a strength, not a failure. Preparing your home for safety or arranging support services proactively isn't losing independence. It's intelligently preserving it for longer. Mindset matters. Cultivating acceptance for the natural changes of aging, as discussed previously, reduces the mental suffering caused by resistance. Focusing on gratitude for remaining abilities shifts perspective away from fear of loss. Facing health concerns fearlessly means acknowledging the realities, while actively focusing on prevention, adaptation, and the inner strength that allows us to navigate changes with grace. It's about empowerment through proactive care and wise acceptance. The second major worry for many concerns, material security. Worry 2. Financial insecurity. Outliving savings or unexpected costs. Money worries can plague people at any age, but they often take on a unique intensity in later life, when income streams may be fixed or more limited, and the time frame for earning more is reduced. The fear of outliving one's savings. Being unable to afford rising healthcare or long-term care costs, becoming financially dependent on family, or being hit by unexpected large expenses is a significant source of anxiety for many seniors. Seeing savings dwindle, even with careful planning, can trigger deep insecurity. Again, the wisdom lies not in panicked fear, but in informed, proactive management and realistic perspective. Realistic planning is key. As covered in our financial discussions, having a clear understanding of income sources, creating a realistic budget for current life, and planning for a potentially long lifespan and rising costs, especially healthcare, provides a crucial roadmap. Knowledge combats fear. Prudent management. Avoiding common mistakes like being overly conservative, losing to inflation, or overly risky with investments. Understanding RMD rules and managing debt wisely are practical steps that build security and confidence. Focus on sufficiency, not just abundance. Later life often clarifies the difference between needs and wants. Cultivating contentment with enough and prioritizing spending on what truly brings value experiences. Health, connection, rather than excessive material accumulation can alleviate pressure. Know your resources and seek help. Be aware of all potential benefits or support programs. You might be eligible for government pensions, veterans benefits, utility assistance, etc. Don't hesitate to seek trustworthy, unbiased financial advice like from a fee-only advisor or non-profit credit counselor to review your plan or navigate complex decisions. Asking for help is a sign of wisdom. Emergency fund. Having that accessible fund specifically for unexpected large costs provides a vital safety net and immense peace of mind. Addressing financial worries fearlessly involves facing the numbers honestly, planning diligently, managing resources wisely, knowing where to turn for help, and cultivating an inner sense of sufficiency. It's about taking control where you can and building confidence through informed action. These first two worries, health and finances, are often intertwined and represent major pillars of security. But other anxieties relate more to our social and emotional worlds. These first two worries concerning health and finances represent major pillars of security. But other common anxieties relate more directly to our social and emotional worlds, starting with a fear many experience as circumstances change. Worry 3. Loneliness and increasing social isolation. As life evolves, social circles can naturally shrink. Friends move away or pass on. Retirement removes daily workplace camaraderie. Mobility issues might limit outings, and family members might be geographically distant or busy. The fear of becoming lonely, isolated, disconnected, and lacking companionship is a very real and understandable concern for many older adults. Loneliness isn't just sad. As we know, it can significantly impact mental and even physical health. Facing this fear proactively involves recognizing the ongoing need for connection and taking intentional steps to nurture it. Be proactive, not passive. Wisdom teaches that connections rarely just happen, especially later in life. It requires reaching out. Make the call, send the email, initiate plans. Don't wait solely for others to make the first move. Cultivate existing ties. Invest quality time and attention in nurturing relationships with family and long-standing friends who remain. Cherish these bonds. Seek new connections if desired. Explore opportunities to meet people through shared interests. Join a club. Take a class at a senior center. Volunteer. Participate in community events or engage with faith groups. Even small, regular interactions can combat isolation. Embrace technology within comfort. Learning basic skills like video calling or using social media, if desired, can help maintain connections with family and friends who live far away. Focus on quality. Remember that 1 or 2 meaningful, Supportive relationships can often provide more genuine companionship than numerous superficial acquaintances. Addressing the fear of loneliness means acknowledging its potential but actively choosing connection. It's about recognizing that maintaining a social life requires more deliberate effort now, and having the courage to put that effort in. Knowing the immense reward it brings in terms of well-being and joy. A related concern touches upon our sense of self. Worry 4. Feeling irrelevant or lacking purpose. After decades of defined roles, parent, employee, provider, active community member, retirement, or changes in family structure can sometimes lead to an unsettling feeling. Am I still needed? Does what I do matter anymore? In a society often focused on productivity and youth, there can be an insidious fear of becoming irrelevant, invisible, or lacking a clear purpose. Now that traditional roles have shifted, this worry can significantly impact self-esteem and zest for life. The wisdom to counter this lies in understanding that purpose evolves and shifts. It doesn't expire, and intrinsic worth is not tied to job titles or roles. Redefine purpose. Actively explore what brings meaning now. As we've discussed, this could be pursuing passions, learning new things, volunteering, mentoring, deepening relationships, focusing on self-care and growth, or simply appreciating life fully. Purpose after 70 is often more internally driven. Recognize your value. Acknowledge the immense worth of your accumulated life experience, wisdom, and perspective. You have unique insights and stories to share that younger generations often value, even if they don't always explicitly ask. Focus on contribution, not obligation. Find ways to contribute that feel authentic and enjoyable, whether big or small. Helping a neighbor, sharing a skill, offering a listening ear. These acts provide purpose without the pressure of formal roles. Combat negative self-talk, challenge thoughts of irrelevance. Your value as a person is inherent, not dependent on your previous functions. Celebrate who you are now, not just who you were. Facing the fear of irrelevance requires consciously redefining purpose based on current passions and values. Recognizing the inherent worth of lived experience, and finding new avenues for meaningful engagement and contribution, however simple they may seem. Finally, perhaps the most profound worry that surfaces more frequently with age. Worry 5. Facing mortality and end-of-life concerns as peers pass away and our own physical horizon becomes clearer. Confronting our own mortality is an unavoidable aspect of later life. This can bring anxieties about the dying process itself, fear of the unknown, concerns about leaving loved ones behind, or regrets about things left undone or unsaid. Ignoring these thoughts rarely makes them go away. They often linger beneath the surface, causing unease. Wisdom doesn't offer easy answers to these existential questions, but it often guides us towards facing them with acceptance, preparation, and a focus on living fully now. Embrace honest reflection, allowing space for thoughts and feelings about mortality. Perhaps through journaling, quiet contemplation, or conversations with trusted loved ones or spiritual advisors can lessen their frightening power. Bringing fears into the light often diminishes them. Practical preparation. As discussed before, getting essential affairs in order, wills, powers of attorney, healthcare directives provides a significant sense of control and peace, easing anxiety about leaving burdens behind. Knowing your wishes are documented is empowering. Focus on living fully today. Paradoxically, contemplating mortality often intensifies the appreciation for this present moment and encourages us to live more intentionally. Focus on meaningful connections, express love and gratitude, and savor simple joys now. Legacy beyond the material. Shifting focus to the intangible legacies we leave. Values, stories, love, positive impact. Provides a sense of continuity and meaning that transcends physical existence. Seek spiritual comfort, if applicable. For those with spiritual beliefs, leaning into faith practices can provide immense comfort, hope, and perspective when facing existential concerns. Facing mortality fearlessly isn't about being unafraid. It's about acknowledging the reality with courage, preparing wisely where possible, and choosing to live the time remaining with presence, meaning, and connection. It's about finding peace through acceptance and focusing on the quality of life right now. Conclusion. Wisdom as an antidote to worry. We've looked at 5 common worries of later life: declining health and independence, financial insecurity, loneliness, feeling irrelevant, and facing mortality. These concerns are real and understandable, but as we've seen, the wisdom accumulated over a lifetime offers powerful tools, not to eliminate challenges entirely, but to face them with greater courage, perspective, and proactive grace. Focusing on what we can control, like health habits and planning. Embracing adaptation, nurturing connections, redefining purpose, practicing acceptance, and living fully in the present. These are the antidotes to letting fear dominate our later years. They allow us to acknowledge the worries, but refuse to be paralyzed by them, paving the way for continued peace, engagement, and fulfillment. What worries sometimes surface for you, and what wisdom helps you navigate them? Sharing your experiences in the comments can offer comfort and practical ideas to others in our community. If this conversation about facing fears with wisdom was helpful, please give the video a like and subscribe to Elderly Wisdom. Sharing it might reassure someone else who is grappling with similar concerns. Thank you for your thoughtful presence today. May you meet the future not with fear, but with the quiet confidence and resilience that comes from a life lived and wisdom gained. Until next time, be well.